Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing a handful of round of 32 games right now with Troy West from All Plays, Win.com. Troy West, long record of success. March Madness crazy, Troy, right?
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. That first day, it doesn't get any better. 5 one-point games, several buzzer beaters. Doesn't get any better. We struggled in the first day, but it's day one of many, Pete. I got to repeat that to people. It's day one of many. This is a marathon. Come take a look at allplayswin.com. We're going to finish here strong.
Butler and Notre Dame. Right now, Notre Dame is a 4 or 4.5 point favorite. The total is 133.5 or 134. Butler handled in Texas. That was kind of impressive. I was personally leaning towards Texas, but maybe that was the wrong side there. I kind of was looking at the power ratings, and Texas looked like they had an edge, but that proved not to be the case. Notre Dame withstood Northeastern, but they lost against the spread. It seems like all the favorites struggled mightily yesterday, and Notre Dame was no exception. They did pull out the win, though. And Notre Dame's now 7-2 against the spread over their last 9 after that ATS loss. And, Butler has actually been a very strong under team, 8 straight unders for Butler. Notre Dame, we know they can be very high scoring, but even they went 4-8. They've been 4-8 again, over their last 12. Not a very high total, though, 133.5 or 134. So the under does make me a little bit nervous. I don't know. I'd love to take Notre Dame. I'm kind of high on them, but I underestimated Butler against Texas, so maybe I'd be underestimating Butler here as well, getting 4.5 points. This is tricky. What's your take on this game, Troy?
Yeah, Pete, this is so far my favorite game of the 32. I know we're missing a lot of games still, but I love Notre Dame, Pete. I like the fact that they still got it done. They did not play good basketball against Northeastern. As a matter of fact, they played really bad basketball. Turned the ball over a lot. They were really uncharacteristic in their offense. They looked really bad, still won the basketball game. Very impressive win by Butler, without a doubt, Pete. I thought Texas would hang with them as well. They didn't. But I'm not impressed by this Butler team over the body of work. I think they got into the tournament. They got their win. Now they got to go up against the ACC champions. I think a lot of what Notre Dame did, they have the ACC championship hangover, Pete. We saw that with Iowa State with the Big 12 championship hangover. Notre Dame squeaked it out. They got the win. Now it's time for them to turn it up a notch, Pete. I like Notre Dame big in this game. I think without a doubt Notre Dame wins this game by 10 points. They're going to cover. This is my favorite game so far of the round of 32.
I was kind of high on Notre Dame myself. I have them going kind of deep in my bracket, but, what's your take on Butler? I mean, did you take Texas over Butler? And, maybe are we underestimating Butler here? Are we not giving them as much credit as they deserve?
I did have a really light play on Butler, Pete, on Texas over Butler, so we did lose that game. But no, if you look at the body of work for Butler, Pete, they really struggled against top-tier talent throughout the course of the year. Didn't necessarily play a really, really strong schedule. Again, they came into this tournament. They're well coached. They're very disciplined, and they did beat a Texas team who couldn't knock down a shot yesterday. Flat out, they couldn't hit the broad side of a barn. I think Butler's in trouble. I think they're going to get outmatched here. Notre Dame's a veteran team. Butler's in trouble. I think the ACC champs get it done.
We shall see. Notre Dame -4 is one of the current widely available lines. Thanks so much, Troy.